How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having a delightful day. Today we're going to be taking a look at how you can get over 30,000 Capital Peak points as a Capital Peak level 9. So let's jump right into the first attack. Good old Barbarian Camp. 2-shot. If you have not been following the channel, or know the strategy that I like to use, I like to prep the base using air and then finish off the Barbarian Camp with an air attack. We have a very unique spot here where they have 2 exposed air bombs. And I totally spaced and did not realize that there are gates that actually open and let the giants outside. Totally thought the one Barbarian would get that whole section and open up the deployment on the right hand side. Alas, an oversight. So you just have to adapt and hope for the best. We are able to take out the Leftern air bomb very, very quickly. So now it's just a matter of trying to charge into the core of the base so we can try and open up some deployment. Unfortunately, this trash building on the side is still up, so we can't get any closer to this air defense. But the balloons in the core are doing very well. They're staying alive a lot longer than I thought. So we now have pretty much direct access to all these spear throwers and air defenses. Get 3,900 on the first attack, which leaves 5,000 to be gained on the second attack. We deployed the other graveyard sort of just in between where all of our balloons will be going. And we go full balloons on this attack. Should be more than enough to overkill the base. Probably could have been more tactful, but sometimes it's fun just to use brute force and just slam into a base. Of course, as the bases get higher leveled and all the defenses get upgraded, you will have to be more tactical, but if you are prioritizing offense in the Capital Peak, then you shouldn't have to worry about this for quite some time. Probably not until you hit Capital Peak level 10, and then it might not only be until, I believe I've heard people saying 1,600 upgrades is when you start to face like any Capital Peak level 10, and sometimes even Capital Peak level 8s or 9s, depending if they've really focused on upgrading every single defense. So, just something to think about. But I love hitting Barbarian camps. Most of the times we can take them out in 2 shots. Next up, we're looking at a Golem Quarry, nearly a 1-shot. A little bit weaker, but we're using the same strategy as we always use. Zap down the rapid rockets. Ideally with 4 of the lightning spells. If it is a higher level, sometimes you do need 5 or 6. We're sending in our 2 packs of the Larry Barrels on the right hand side. That takes out most of those sections of the base. And then we're trying to create a path for the P.E.K.K.A. to go into the core. We of course are sending in some Hog Riders to help take out this Leftern side of the base. And then I was really hoping that this multi-mortar would go down with our 1 graveyard spell. Unfortunately not. Now I know. Probably use the graveyard somewhere else to help out. But now we are waiting for the P.E.K.K.A. to take out the buildings around the town hall or the district hall, so we can then sneak in our pack of minions and destroy this rocket artillery and the whole left side of the base. So speed up through here a little bit. That goes down, so we do drop in the minions. All 5 are still alive, so it will do a lot of damage over there. Now it's just a matter of trying to see how long this P.E.K.K.A. will stay alive. We're trying to keep it up. There is a multi-cannon, which is no good. And we do hit a pesky log trap. And so close, I think maybe, definitely a 6,500 loot available Golem Quarry can 1-shot. And then maybe if the P.E.K.K.A. is level 5, or level 4, maybe we'll be able to take out this last section. And if we deploy a little bit smarter, we can take out the 7,000 and then work our way up to the, you know, the full amount of defenses in the Golem Quarry. Try to one-shot those. Very, very close, but we pick up 6,400 from that one attack. It's kind of crazy. Next up, we are taking a look at a Builder's Workshop. A classic layout. We're using what I like to use to take out the majority of the base. There are some pretty good one-shot strategies for the Builder's Workshops, but I can never quite get them to work, so I'm going to stick with this one for a little bit until maybe all of our troops are maxed out, and then I can try and do it again. But it entails dropping two of these two of the graveyards on the blast bow. All of those skeletons will take out the blast bow and eventually break through a wall, and they will mostly take out this whole section. I also dropped the other graveyard, mostly behind this giant cannon, so that it occasionally will shoot behind itself. And then I save a couple of wizards, because a lot of times between the giant cannon and the multi-mortar, they tend to kill off most of the super wizards. So once they're clear, then we can deploy them. I was also trying to see if, I think it was 2 or 3, if they would be able to splash down this, I think, level 2 cannon. Unfortunately, they could not, so would have been much better just to bring one pack of balloons, take it out, or even just a pack of minions, really. It'd be much simpler. So could have saved a little bit more troop space there. But I believe this probably is the final time I will try that approach, so also, you know, when I make these videos, I also get to review the attacks again and see what works, what didn't work. As I'm trying to explain to you guys as well, help you guys learn, I'm also learning in the process, so. What do they say? To teach is to learn twice. So, we do finally get the cannon taken down. There's not too much we're able to snag from the base. This giant cannon is always an issue on the back end. Yeah, but we're able to get just under 5,000, which is perfect. You know, we're trying to get around 5,000 per attack to get that 30,000 score. So the next two, we're going to be taking a look at some Barbarian camps. That is not the right one. We need 5 and 6. One moment. Here we go. Number 5. This one, there is 7,360 points available. And neither rocket artillery is particularly damaged. We also have 2 air bombs remaining and a ton of back-end air defenses. So unfortunately, was not able to two-shot this base. This is definitely, I think, probably the hardest Barbarian camp I've ever versed. Did not really figure out a good way to deal with all of the wall sections to get the deployment zone closer. And yeah, the two rocket artillery is very close. Kind of crazy. Also forgot, which I'll let you guys know, is that if you have the graveyards placed and you kill an enemy defending troop, maybe a giant in this case, or maybe a super dragon on the dragon cliffs, killing that troop will spawn that type of troop from your graveyards because it counts as a unit dying on the battlefield. So I did not realize this and spawned like, I don't even know, it was like 30 ground skeletons. So did not get as much value as I would hope. But even still, you can still get a decent score. So let's see here. We're going to look at one more Barbarian camp. We do, in fact, two-shot this one. And this one is pretty much the basic layout. They've moved the rocket artillery a little bit, but this left section is still the same. So of course we're using the distraction tactic. Send in the pack of minions, and then the 2 packs of balloons. They run straight through. You might even be able to send 3 or 4 packs of balloons, because then they can go straight from the air bombs to the Tesla, to the air defense, and maybe even get the rapid rockets too. Otherwise, you have to send in a couple more on the left-hand side to the giant cannon, and then it goes smoothly. But down goes the last remaining air targeting defense, and this base is destroyed for 5,790 plus 89. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Mostly entails looking for bases that are worth around 5,000 to 6,000 capital P gold, and trying to get all those points, and trying to also use it on a last attack so that you can get the bonus troop reward as well. So if you liked this video, I encourage you to like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And there'll be a couple more videos on the screen if you want to check them out. Thank you so much. Take care.